G'day, I'm Bart, and in this video, I'm going to help you get started with your Ensuite Mounted Single shower tent. I'm going to show you how to mount it, then I'm going to show you how to set it up, including how to install the included laundry bag, and how to install the red shower hose from the HOTTAP so you can have a nice shower inside the tent. And then finally, when we're done, I'm going to show you how to pack everything away. All right, so to mount your Ensuite Mounted tent, I have in front of me a skeleton of one of the tents. Removed the fabric, so you're not going to see any fabric here, and we're looking at the back panel. So this is actually the frame of a single, and it's 100 centimeters long. The mounted double is actually 193 centimeters long, so it's a little bit longer, but the same principles for mounting apply. So both are 65 mils wide from edge to edge, and then this channel, which is what we're going to use to insert these L brackets, is actually 51 mil, has a 51 mil spacing. So looking at the L brackets, the Ensuite single comes with 2 brackets, and the Ensuite double comes with 3 brackets. Now the brackets, we have a short edge, which essentially fixes onto the back of this platform here, and it includes M6 bolts with lock nuts, and the spacing for these bolts is 51 mil, which is exactly the spacing of this channel. And we also have the long edge, which then fixes onto your crossbar or your roof rack system, and it includes M8 bolts with lock nuts as well. So I'll show you how to apply these in a second, how to attach them to the frame. But again, when you have your mounted single, you get 2 of these L brackets, and then your mounted double will have 3 with 1 more in the middle. Now, because of the way this is designed, you can actually get any kind of mounting system that you want, as long as you have a channel or the separation of the bolts at 51 mil. All right, so to start installing these L brackets, I'm just going to get my M6 bolts and free them up. And you get your M6 bolt and you slide it through the edge of the channel here into your desired location. So if possible, you want to get the bolt so you can get the L bracket attached as close as possible to the arms, and that's going to reduce the amount of torque that you have. So get these M6 bolt here. And then from here, we'll get the L bracket. Feed the bolts through the hole. Bring in the washer and then the lock nut. And then you use a wrench to tighten this. The ideal way to set this up actually is to get these L brackets and attach them to your roof rack system first, and then you'd bring the tent up and then install it through these M6 bolts. That's going to be a little bit easier. Okay, so now that we have the mounted tent installed, you would have also noticed that in the bag, you have a bag of pegs, which we're going to use to peg down the corners of the tent to help us with wind. We also have a fabric repair kit, so if we have any cuts or holes in the tent, we can use this kit to patch that up. And then finally, we have a laundry bag that sits inside the tent, and this is where we're going to put our dirty clothes after we're finished showering. All right, so to get started, let's start off by unzipping the bag. Flip the bag over the top, and we'll grab these Velcro straps and undo them. Let the tent roll down. And then from here, we're going to pull on this pin to release the frame, bring it out until it clicks in place. Pull out this pin, and same thing, bring it out till it clicks in place. Okay, so at this stage, it's a good idea to adjust the height of the tent. So if you've just pulled up to your camping spot and you're setting up your tent for the first time, you want to make sure that your fabric is about 5 centimeters from the floor so that you have enough space to actually pin it to the ground. So if you need to adjust the height either higher or lower, you can do that by bringing out these plastic caps on both of these frames using an Allen key, bringing out the material, and then rolling it up or rolling it down until you get your desired height at the bottom of the tent. When you're done, reinstall the fabric, put the clips back on, and then tighten them up with the Allen key. All right, so if you have your tent pinned to the floor and it's still very windy and the material is moving around a lot, you can actually get some structural poles just like this one, and you can Velcro it into place on both of the front corners of the tent, and this will give you some more stability in extremely windy conditions. Now that the height of the tent is adjusted to our liking and we've got it pinned to the floor, we can see that we have an entry point on the front of this tent using this zip, and then we also have another entry point on the side of the tent using this zip. And then on this side of the tent, we have an entry point for the red shower hose that comes out from the HOTTAP into this little opening here. So going inside the tent, We're going to install the laundry bag using these clips. Next, you can install the shower hose by plugging it into the red fitting in the hot tap, then running it through this opening at the bottom of the tent, feeding it up, clipping it into these clips here, and then finally pulling out the swivel and attaching the shower head to the top of this. And on the back wall, we can unzip this top section so that we can access something at the back of the tent. We can store our toiletries here, and then we can unzip the dry zone and hang a clean towel or clean clothes on this blue hanger here. And the final step of setting up the tent is to get the roof, roll it out so you can get a cover for the top. So we're just going to start rolling it out. Then we just need to bring tension on either corner of the roof so we can get the Velcro to be nice and tight along the frame. When we're ready, we'll just bring the front section for some more privacy, and we're going to Velcro it to the inside Velcros that are on the inside of the tent. All right, so now that we're ready to put everything away, we want to make sure that the tent is completely clean and completely dry. And then from here, we're going to start off by rolling up the roof. So we'll roll up the front section. Okay, go inside the tent. And let's continue rolling up the tent. Let's take it off the frame. This makes it a little bit easier to roll up. Continue rolling it up. Until it's all the way back. And now we'll come out of the tent. From here, we want to make sure that we have the opening in the front unzipped and the opening on the side completely unzipped as well. And from here, we pull down on this tab, bring in the frame, pull down on this tab to close this side of the frame until it clicks in place. And then from here, we're going to gather the material on the bottom of the tent, and we just start rolling it up. Keeping it relatively tight. Now we'll get our Velcro strap, run it through the loop, get the next Velcro strap, run it through the loop, bring the front of the bag down and over the tent, zip it up, and there you go. Okay, so I hope this video helped you get started with your Ensuite Mounted Single tent. Happy showering.